hopefully goes away very soon. There it is. Ahmad versus OSM. A debut for a 1v1 player. Ahmad is not the Ahmad that maybe you're used to hearing about. The one that plays for the Falcons and is from Saudi Arabia. This one is from Iraq and claims to be, and as far as I'm aware, the #1 Iraq 1v1 player. And so we will see how he does today. And what I believe is his debut show match. I don't know if I've seen him play a show match in any other format, but you never know. There's always tons of different communities, especially in communities that speak different languages from me. There could be tons of show matches for all I know. But as far as English-speaking show matches, I'm not sure he's been in too many. So we have him here today against OSM. OSM looking very solid. He has recently stopped coaching Gaming Gladiators, and the reason why is because he is focusing on playing. He wants to play in the RLCS this upcoming season, so has been putting in the work as we enter the off-season here, and has been looking solid. And before you go on, if you haven't maybe seen a recent show match from Johnny's, I'm about to spoil its results, but he did play against CRR yesterday, I believe it was, on Johnny's stream, and he looked really good in that match. I won't spoil the exact results in case you accidentally do want to go watch it, but he looked very good. CRR is one of the better ones players in the game right now, and OSM was definitely toe-to-toe with him. Right now, OSM, though, down 1 against Ahmad in this debut 1v1. Air triple 50. Ahmad, by the way, he's probably going to score a second goal here. He is highly rated. I don't know if I mentioned that. He is rated, I think right now, somewhere in the 40 range in the world. He's been rated even higher. He's been pushed as high as 20-ish or so. I think that's when I was first made aware of him by somebody who I think is just a fan of him on Twitter. DM'd me saying they wanted to get him on. And when I went to add him, he accepted and seemed excited for the opportunity. So a high-quality player has a chance to show his stuff. Well, he might get this tight angle. OSM, what a save, actually. Pushing that off the crossbar. Or sorry, not the crossbar, but the post. Instead of letting that tight angle in. He's stealing all this boost, but Ahmad does a good job to dodge the demo attempt as OSM tried to chase him down. Full field dribble for Ahmad. The reset. And a fake for a third. By the way, I'm going to say Iraq probably wrong a ton of times because I'm a silly American, and I apologize for that. But hopefully I can learn how to say words correctly. OSM showing some deep respect here for Ahmad at the start of the series by, oh my goodness, for good reason. Wait a second. Ahmad is absolutely popping off. I was going to say showing respect because he went up and didn't assume that Ahmad was going to miss the reset. This time, Ahmad showing that he can hit the reset if you wait too long. So, truly hitting him with both ends of the 1v1 spectrum. The ping, you want to see the ping? I'm actually curious too. 96 for Ahmad, 60 for OSM. So, as good a ping as some of the better KSA guys in terms of the ping they get. Not necessarily better in skill, but OSM flick to the far post. Gonna get to see one go through. Takes him about half the game to do it. Ahmad has been really controlling offense the majority of this game, but found himself lost a boost and had to retreat all the way to his own back corner. Gave OSM a window to make a play. Can he play in the RLCS? I don't think so. I don't think he can because I think Iraq is not an eligible country. OSM 15 with Ahmad. But the pressure is still on. Used up every little bit of boost, and he probably needed to decide to go early or not. He used a little bit to like almost fake a challenge here. See how he pressed probably a boost pad's worth of boost out and then reversed back as maybe a fake or just recognition that he didn't want to try and challenge early. He either needed to save that boost most likely, or he needed to, actually go all in and just try an early challenge because it's probably better than the alternative. Ahmad's going to score again. Has been lethal through the air. And OSM doesn't know what to do with it right now. This time tries to challenge off the back wall. And really his problem there is just starting so high. You need to be jumping off the back wall way underneath where the ball currently is. And he almost jumped equal, which means he's going to have to be using his boost just to push himself back down. It's almost impossible to make the right challenge from that position. So if he wanted to challenge from the wall, he needed to do it much earlier. Now, 6-1. OSM trying to put pressure on Ahmad. Has picked up his back corner boost and should be able to grab the midfield as well. If he can dunk this over the top, he'd have an open net, but the problem is Ahmad able to 50 it perfectly. Now he's going to retreat. OSM, with all the field in the world, uses up his boost early. Is forced to just flick a weak flick, but I actually really like slowing down the pace there, making sure that Ahmad landed on top of him so that he did not get a quick recovery, completely killing his momentum and then stealing both boosts and eventually finding an open net. Very hard-earned. A very smart play from OSM. A lot of players would be too worried about winning the race to the corner and rush off and let that person in net kind of land cleanly, which means their pressure on defense is going to be much, much better than when you throw them off by carrying him like he did. But he's got a long way to go. He's got a minute and he's got 4 goals to catch back up. Can he pick up this back corner? No, he cannot. Ahmad's going to take him off the map instead. Use a wall dash instead of boost to get back into the spot and get a 7. OSM throwing a GG with a minute left to go. Forfeiting this game number 1. Save this replay, make sure I don't forget. And we shall head to game number 2. Game number 2. OSM, a real rough start. Or really, I should just give credit to Ahmad, who had just an amazing start in game number 1. Can OSM find a way back into this game? I'll tell you what's not going to do it is that air dribble reset, which leaves the ball free for Ahmad to save. I don't think it's going to show us, but I think that's more on OSM than it is great positioning from Ahmad, because OSM fell so far away from the ball. It makes it so that Ahmad doesn't have to think twice about where he's going to intercept it. Interesting wheel choice, by the way, for Ahmad. Credit to him for doing something different than everybody else. In fact, his decal, too. Everything about his octane is something that you don't see other pros or other high-level players using. OSM, one of his 2 goals from last game did come from the flick. Look at the counterattacks from Ahmad. Oh, my. You just have to get a solid shot on net, or he is going to punish you. It has to be perfect. And the long shot exposes OSM. Yo, Duck Doom, thank you for the prime. Much appreciated. I just get Ahmad on stream. I mentioned it before, but I first heard about him by somebody telling me on Twitter that they saw this high-level Iraqi player that should play. And so I added him, and he accepted. And then he seemed interested when he talked to me through Steam as well. By the way, if you are a player who's in the top 100, especially as high as Ahmad was, which is like 20 or so, and you're interested in playing, you should just add me, because I'm sure I'll accept. Air dribble again for Ahmad. Up 3-0, starting this game the same way he did the last one. Just absolute full control. OSM, oh no! He found a way to make that not go in. Wait, he's not going to finish it either! He should have been able to score on the second attempt. This is surely in. Okay. All right. He got there. He got there. OSM, he had it all the way. You know how he is. He wants to put on a show for the fans, but he is going to get his goal eventually. RL Majid. Is that how you say it with the J? Thank you for the tier 1, the brand new tier 1 for 1 month. Welcome to the channel. Is he a youngin? Yes, he is. 14 years old. Ahmad, one of the only attacks from him that have looked poor so far. To be fair, it did come from the ground. All of his super solid attacks have been in the air, so he's going to take this one to the ceiling again. He'll need a reset to do something at the end of this play, and it has to be a really good reset, too. If you're going to use up every last bit of your boost, that final touch needs to be perfect, and the reset was not going to be it. He probably was better off saving that last bit and taking it to the ground, maybe trying to get some kind of 50, or getting the reset and, if possible, not using it. Just saving it and keeping it there for the 50 when OSM inevitably comes to try and take it away. But really, the best thing to do there is probably much, much earlier recognition that you had messed up and that the shot wasn't going to be good, and bailing from it. This setup, though, is great. 58 boost, fast. The only thing lacking is that it's headed to the back wall instead of the net. If you'd adjusted that, it would have been nearly impossible to stop. OSM, he just cannot go to this back wall. Anytime he's on Ahmad's back wall, the counterattack is coming. And he really, you know, it shouldn't be that easy to expose him there, but he's just playing so quick. I do think OSM makes a mistake by flipping into the back wall to pinch the ball towards the net. That, you know, doesn't really play for a great recovery. But you saw OSM, he was still pretty close. Anything other than a perfectly sped counter was going to get covered. OSM now. A catch and flick, soft. It's going to be easily saved, but he's not going to be able to pick up boost. Ahmad, that is. So might get starved out. His 50 got him to the midfield. Great read on the demo attempt, and now he's in the air once again. It is so exciting to have a new ones player who just wants to play every single moment of the game in the air. He comes to the ground this time, though, gets demoed, and OSM gets a third. He didn't even really come to the ground. He was still flipping in the air when OSM took him out. Ahmad, kickoff one. Even though it's pushed slightly into his half, he's going to get possession, and OSM's going to let him have it. You see a lot of ones players nowadays really put pressure off kickoff, especially if the ball is headed to the opposite half. Try and prevent somebody from getting 100 boost and possession in those situations. OSM didn't really mind letting Ahmad have it. He was willing to go back and get his 100. As long as he's got his 100, he felt good. He's going to take to the skies. Can't really air dribble bump this. He lost control of it, and Ahmad's going to score because of it. 5-3. Got the ball moving just a little bit too fast and a little bit too away from the net. He couldn't get underneath it to put pressure, and he couldn't get back around it if he wanted to try and 50. Oh, wow. Ahmad found a way to not get his boost stolen there after what was a fake kickoff, I guess. It's hard. I mean, it must have been intentional because these players are too good to just flip like that randomly, but it's certainly an unorthodox fake kickoff. That was a great reset shot. OSM, though, saved it and countered, so it couldn't have been that good. Had to be better than that. Very mechanically gifted, I should say, to even get that shot in the first place, but Ahmad, wall to air dribble. Off the kickoff, really strong first touch. Looked like he was maybe trying to push it down underneath the early challenge of OSM, but because he pushed it so far away from himself, didn't really have an opportunity to do so. OSM now looking to see if he could bait Ahmad in. Didn't succeed, and he has left a little bit of power off these flicks every time he's had these ground dribbles. He's certainly looking for a bit more in order to get it over Ahmad. Ahmad's kind of like a bit of a madman, trying to find a way to shoot that possession. Now the air dribble bump is in. 5-5. OSM playing from behind this entire series. And in this game number 2, he's able to bring it up to an even score line with 30 seconds left to go. Ahmad, big kickoff win. Trying to get a pad. You can see him waiting. The ball just high enough that you can't just shoot it immediately. Might have had a chance to, but he felt his best opportunity was with 114 boost before going up. Or 12. Sorry, the pads give you 12, right? Ahmad, full field dribble from the back wall. Uses every last bit of boost. And see, I like this. Recognizing earlier, he definitely could have gotten the reset. He made that kind of mistake in this game earlier where he tried to make something out of it. But this time he lets it fall to the ground, just protects it, recognizes that he didn't successfully take it the whole field. And so now, instead of getting scored on, losing in the final moments, he does get another chance here in overtime. He's lost this kickoff big time. OSM going to be aggressive. Doesn't connect with the ball, but does connect with the player, and he left the net open. He thought he had a chance to pass to himself on the side wall, pick up boost, and then play the possession. But Ahmad, who was unafraid, worked his way all the way out and just shoots on a wide open net, courtesy of OSM. It is a 2-0 lead for Ahmad in his debut match here on stream. Chat, he went with the NRG car. Because he's playing so bad right now, this is rough. But will the NRG car be able to power him back up? We shall see. OSM, this flick is still soft, but this time it works. Because Ahmad turns to challenge. Try and take the ball right off the top of his car. Cannot do so. He's next gen, Middle Eastern, mechanical. He's definitely going to be on your stream every day now. Yeah, we do like to debut the mechanical youngsters, that's for sure. And he's had a great starting performance. I think OSM, you could tell, you know, he's saying that he's playing poorly. There are a few different occasions, especially mechanically wise, that I think OSM is missing some stuff he'll normally hit. But that shouldn't take any credit away from Ahmad, who's playing really well. You know, if he's not playing as solidly as he is, I think OSM has an easier process of getting into the game and getting his stuff going. This is another full field dribble that he's loving to do. And OSM is kind of letting him do it. You know, I wonder if he could potentially pressure him more. He tries to get the save off the back wall, but it gets taken low, which makes it hard. OSM, quote-unquote, loses this kickoff, but I have a feeling he's going to be quickly in control because he has a 100 boost and should be able to gain possession. Gets the reset here. And oh, and he can't half flip out, so I take it back. Great pressure from Ahmad. Although, you know what? Here comes the shot that we were expecting. 100 reset for OSM. He goes up the wall to try and gain possession of the ball quickly. Look at this shot! Oh my goodness, from Ahmad. As he tornado spins off the reset in order to get the angle to pinch it off the ground. Oh my goodness, the wave dash. It's like he wave dashed almost too far on top of the ball because he got like a really weak shot really because of the wheel touch. But still, actually crazy that he found a way to get it around OSM and is up 2-1. Missed the corner boost there, but picked it up before taking to the skies. 30 boost. Look at this shot. The musty. So much power and height from it. Still OSM just barely able to intercept it, and I think the reason why is because he shot it from so far away. OSM has time to react to that. Normally, a shot like that powerful, is going to get past the defender as long as it's a little bit closer. OSM redirecting this, just buying himself a little bit of time. Full field dribble from Ahmad. Oh, he didn't get the 100. He's probably not willing to do it with 60, but he'll just launch a musty from midfield. Ahmad! I mean, OSM, he's giving himself a bit of crap for not being able to save this, but that is a surprisingly powerful shot. He literally Platt can save that. Hey, that was pretty hard to save, if you ask me. I don't doubt that OSM could have had it. He was a couple pixels off. But still, Ahmad now immediately chipping this up into the ceiling. A double with the ceiling, gets the reset. Is he going to finish it? Crossbar down, and he does! This kid's insane! You got to give him some credit. Look at the way he's moving on the field. Oh my goodness. The fact that that doesn't quite go in, but just enough that he's able to finish it off. Oh my goodness. Ahmad showing up for Iraq right now. Iraq, sorry. I got it wrong. I got to learn it. Courtesy of Ahmad. Another power shot from the midfield. 5-1. He is absolutely on a roll. OSM trying to close the distance. Makes sense. The way that Ahmad has been starting all these air dribbles, when you pressure close, it makes it very hard. Yet, the perfect counter comes out right away from Ahmad. Able to just slam a power shot over the top. That's a play that OSM's been doing a ton. As soon as he gains possession here on the right side, he's looking for that flick, and he's looking for it really early. I think he's expecting an early challenge. A lot of the times he's coming off, you know, with not a ton of power, but in this case, it's enough to get Ahmad, you know, in a defensive set that eventually breaks down and leaves an open net. But I wonder if he could do better, either holding on to that dribble a little bit longer. Might not have had the boost to do so on that last one, but whenever possible. Oh my goodness, Ahmad. You know, he's only up 2. Tons of game time left. It seemed like a domination so far. But with 2 goals in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, this game is super far from over if Ahmad's going to keep giving some freebies like that. Ahmad, what a air dribble. So comfortable in the air. OSM with a big miss. Should be able to finish it off. And this was a dribble that probably didn't deserve that. I don't know. It's hard to tell from OSM's perspective. From Ahmad's, it seemed like he was going to have a really, really hard time getting it to the net. Of course, he's been able to do almost anything that he's wanted to in the show match so far. But if the first touch off the wall isn't at least sort of on net, it's going to be really, really hard to bring it back. And then I think the way to defend that is to just not jump and basically test as long as you can to see if that player is actually going to be able to get it there. And if they do, it's probably going to be near post. And so the save shouldn't be terribly hard. Because as good as Ahmad has been playing, OSM has given him a few different free tap-ins on those aerial setups. OSM's going to have tons of space and time now. Trying to power shoot. Just enough pressure to prevent OSM from picking up that corner. Because that's what OSM wanted to do. He wanted to reset on the 100. Because Ahmad is floating just far enough away. Oh my goodness, OSM gets the save. Able to stop the bottom right corner. Not a bad placement. Usually that defender goes flying past, and that's actually good movement on the flick from OSM there. Just Ahmad had the read and had the save. The backflip did push it far behind, or what should have been far behind the defender. Now OSM gets a fourth. He has needed an extended attack time and time again. Ahmad not letting him in for free. But OSM finding a way to keep possession and eventually work his way in. Ahmad, wall to air dribble. See, that's another time where the setup just isn't good, and it's actually so poor that Ahmad didn't even try and make anything out of it. Ahmad, look at that play. Bringing the ball off the wall. I think OSM thought he had an opportunity to take it away from him, but he did not. Ahmad rips it over the top. Up 3 with a minute left to go. Ahmad slowly working his way in the net. OSM almost own goaled it, but actually did a great job. What a good defensive performance. Able to intercept and then able to steal his own corner as well. I say steal because it seemed like Ahmad should have been the one to get it. Now OSM with full boost control. Yeah, Ahmad is going to be forced off the ball here. OSM did a good job of taking all of it on the map. So it's just a matter of time before he got this possession. And this is the flick he's been really liking. And he's been getting Ahmad to pre-jump. I wonder what happens if he fakes it. So far, we've only seen him try and actually use it. Wonder if he can get Ahmad up in the air. I don't know if he heard me about faking the flick, but he's going to try faking it now, going for the low 50, the bump, and will he get it in? No, he couldn't get that touch strong enough. So I think it's going to be a... Wait a second. 7 seconds. 2 more goals. Ahmad could drop it here today with a couple... Clean kickoffs from OSM, probably including one fake. I think this is probably bad for OSM. I don't know if he wants a diagonal. I'd be curious to ask what the players would prefer when they desperately need a kickoff goal. But I don't think it's diagonal. There it is, 0 seconds. The sweep for Ahmad in his debut. What a performance from the Iraq player. Worst series of his life. I'll just say GG's. Thanks for playing. Sorry about that, OSM.